This is the latest in terms of some of the craziness that we experience and we're witnessing on Wall Street. What about other trends? What about the economy going forward in terms of us as a nation? What kinds of things should we be watching for? Well, my next guest is Gerald Celente. He's a publisher of the Trends Journal, and he is someone who is a great forecaster, I have to say. He's someone I've interviewed before many times. I'm really glad he could be on the show today because his predictions often come true, and he has been predicting some of the stuff that we're seeing right now, some of the craziness on Wall Street, the fact that we've had this incredible economic downturn. He predicted it years back. I mean, he's someone that I listen to, and I think he's someone you should pay close attention to as well. Welcome. Great to have you back on board today.
Well, thank you kindly. Thank you for having me.
Let me ask you right off the bat, in terms of the Facebook situation, what were your first thoughts when you heard about this whole debacle?
Well, first of all, it's business as usual. It's only a different element in the ongoing Wall Street crime syndicate pulling off another one. Let's go back and look what happened when it was trading. And you could read about it. It's not hidden. Their bankers were jumping in as the prices were going down to push it up. That's no different than a hawker at a carnival selling a magic elixir and having a shill in the audience saying, "I'll buy more." Let's look what happened with the MF Global scandal, of which I was caught up into. It's one after another. And so look at the brokerage firms they're talking about. How about all the times these brokerage firms told their clients to buy as they were selling? It's the criminality on Wall Street. The story's different, the crime scene is different, but it's all the same. And also it was pointed out, you're gambling. You're taking a gamble, and you know you're gambling with a risky crew. I mean, after all, with a track record like they have, you should know what you're getting into.
It's fascinating because it does seem to be business as usual, just in terms of it's a different, happens to be a different company, a different situation, but over and over again, the public is being treated to this type of experience, and people shake their heads saying, is this ever going to change? What do you think?
Well, you know, I think it's a much deeper issue, and it's a morality issue. And, you know, they say that the fish rots from the head down. And when you look what's going on in this country from the very top, and I'm not only talking about this president, but a number of them, all the way down through the Senate and Congress, down to the person ripping off, you know, on the welfare cheat, to the person that's on disability that shouldn't be. It's the state of mind. And the state of mind is I'm going to grab whatever I can. And so it's a much deeper issue. And it's really, as I look at it, it's being reflected on Wall Street. Look, they made up this whole thing about too big to fails. And they talk about capitalism. This is not capitalism. It's turned into corruptionism. Capitalism is you rise and fall on your own merits. And you look at what's going on in Wall Street. I mean, again, with NASDAQ, with the high-frequency trading and the flash crashes, why should that have been a surprise? Everybody knows that technology could only handle so much. So to me, it's the entire system that needs to be looked at. And again, this is only just one more episode in the ongoing saga of the Wall Street crime syndicate.
Let me ask you a little bit about the economy right now. You know, you've studied and talked to so many people out there about their concerns going forward about this economy. The upcoming presidential elections coming up, obviously, and people are looking for real leadership, voters out there. Yet we continue to hear about the unemployment numbers being really high, and the fact that people aren't able to find jobs and are able to hold on to what they have in terms of their mortgages. We are also, on the flip side of that, hearing reports about, well, there's some better news on the housing front, 3% gains on new housing starts. We're hearing that oil is coming down just a little bit, so that gasoline is going to be affordable in the next few weeks for the Memorial Day weekend. What is really beneath the surface here from your point of view?
Well, let's take the first one, unemployment. Remember, the Obama administration said that if we put their plans in place by 2010, well, we'd have 7.2% unemployment. When you're looking at the real numbers, the people that want full-time jobs that don't have any, and the people that are unemployed, we're looking at around 16%. And then when you look at the jobs that are being created, they're low-paying jobs. You look at people getting out of college with university degrees and worthlessness. 50% of them have jobs that have no jobs, or jobs that are underpaying them and non-related to their majors. And then when you look at oil, let's remember that the economy is declining all over, and whether it's heating oil or palm oil or soybean oil, all the commodity prices are going down because there's a global slowdown going on. And the only way that they're propping it up is by printing more of this digital money that's not worth the paper it's printed on. And you mentioned housing numbers. So what are they looking at? About 340,000 new houses this year? In 2005, at the height of the real estate boom, it was 1,300,000. So no, there's no recovery. It's going into recession, and much of the world is going into depression.
How is this going to affect the price of gold? I know that gold prices have gone down of late, and there are those who believe that we're not going to see the numbers go as high as they once were, but I know that you're a believer that gold will get even higher than what we saw at its height.
Yes, I do believe it because, number one, as I mentioned, all the commodity prices are going down. And these hedge funds and fund managers, they're spread into a lot of different equity trades. And they're covering their shorts. And that's what's happening with gold, I believe. Also, the central banks continue to buy gold. Why? Because they know it's a good investment. And I really believe that gold is going to continue to be the safe haven investment no matter what. And I'm still looking at gold 2000. Remember, in September of 2011, it hit up to 1,220. So I'm in gold for the long term.
No, that's something really interesting to hear. And really quickly, before I have to wrap you, any predictions at this moment going forward on the upcoming presidential contest? How do you weigh the two candidates at this point?
Well, again, we're political atheists. We don't have any skin in this game. You know, I don't believe in any of these political religions. We came out with a forecast in October of 2011, and we're calling it Obama. We think he's going to win. He's playing the born-again populist card. And in an economy where you have jobs very hard to find and he keeps talking the good game, we think he's going to out-talk Romney. And again, really, when you really look at this, this is nothing more than the presidential reality show. It's bad theater. They say that politics is show business for ugly people. When I see this campaign going on, it's show business. And may the best teleprompter reader win. And that's why we're putting our money on Obama.
Got it. All right. Gerald Celente, never one to mince words. We always love having you on. Thank you so much for joining us with your insights. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break and come back with more.